Hello ladies and gentlemen, Seagull Grim here and welcome back to some more Soul Raid fights. So we're going to mainly use Mr. Freeze. We're going to have one fight where we don't use him, but mainly we're going to use him with various teams. Here we're going to fight Stick Boy Swamp Thing. We're going to have Power Girl and Flash as the support characters. We're going to mainly rely on Special 3 damage because our Special 2 is disabled, as you might be able to see. And some people were like in the comments, Power Girl with Mr. Freeze is not good because you're going to get leg stacks for your passive or special because it costs less power bars. And to that I'm gonna say yeah, but I'm able to use more specials because I'm doing it like this. Though I think with Sword of Salvation we're kind of overlapping in our power generation, but I don't think that will be a problem if you don't have Sword of Salvation equipped on him. And the damage on special 3 is kind of trash and we're not able to make use of the passive at all in this fight because we can't freeze him. With this team setup at the very least I think we could have frozen him if I got like SubZero using the special 3, but later in the video you'll see something where I use somebody else to freeze and Mr. Freeze to deal the damage afterwards. We're at 25 stacks even though we're never gonna use them in this fight. But we are there nevertheless. Something gets killed there. The animation of special 3 is quite smooth, to be honest. The reflect is garbage and the damage is not too great, but the animation and the flow afterwards, I really like that. We're going to fight Vixen here. I actually got out for this fight Majestic Flash from the team because we were just killing stuff too fast, sadly. Special 2 in there. And she does jump attack. Boy, like, it's so damn annoying to fight normal fights where they have the old AI and you can't combo interrupt and you can't even make proper full guides on bosses because it's gonna be a whole different situation as soon as they reach Heroic because the enemy AI is going to behave so differently. I don't think I'm even gonna do guides for this raid until I get to Heroic. I'm going to talk about some bosses, but I'm going to mention it as tips and tricks for normal because in Heroic it's a whole nother story. It's a different fight pretty much. But yeah, here you can see that I kind of figured out the infinite combo that we can do with the freeze with Mr. Freeze. We can kind of spam that stuff. That's quite viable actually. Spamming the freeze while she's in the corner because it's gonna obviously depend on your star rating because with the star rating you're going to get more attacks in there before you break the freeze. So that's definitely gonna be a thing that can allow different combos. But for me right now, I know I can do a certain amount of hits before the freeze is going to end, so I'm going to go 3 hits and then 3 hits into a full combo and end it in a special 2, and she'll break the freeze after a few hits, but by the end my full combo is done, she's most likely going to get frozen again, so that's pretty much how you do it. So the bench is being amazingly annoying here with her quick transition into a block after jump attack. Like, boy, her AI at this point is on steroids. I like how the freeze is going to follow the enemy. It looks kind of weird because it's kind of thrown towards the enemy like a small piece of frozen shit, but it's going to travel a bit, okay? So it's going to be pretty reliable in that way. Okay, she's frozen, 1 to 3 hits. And no, actually I didn't even bother to do the infinite combo here. Yeah, she's gonna die. Fat rip Sir Banshee. Now moving on to the EPI fight, look, I could easily have done it with Mr. Freeze as well, but I wanted to, I'll talk about this further on my next video today. I wanted to show this to you a little bit as how I handle this with Conflant Sakomen. I did a little bit of a mistake and that made my Silver Green Lantern not actually help me that much, but basically we have Silver Green Lantern in here to pretty much allow us to combo interrupt like we normally would, and she's not gonna have a guarantee to stun you on Tegan, but she's going to have something like a 30% chance or something like that to stun you on Tegan. So if you're concerned about that, definitely do not tag in. You can sit for the entire fight in there. You can put Silver Green Lantern in there in order to allow you to pretty much combo interrupt without having to combo interrupt her. And pretty much denying that annoying guy, but I messed up here and I broke my shield from Green Arrow, so that's gonna suck. But you can definitely stay for the whole fight in the fight with Conflant Sakomen if you don't want to get stunned on tag in and out. You can also put some Arbic Harley Quinn in there to deny the stuns. For artifacts, I have Dark Metal cards on Conflant Sakomen. You can use Firebox, you can use Cool Force, you can use anything. Just be mindful that you need to be confident with your combo re-engages. Don't try to re-engage a combo after a jump attack because she will use a special, but definitely do try to re-engage a combo after she does a swipe because she will not do a special. And another tip is to be very fast after she does a swipe because she can transition into blocking very fast, so you need to be quite quick about that one. And if she's in the corner, you can try to combo interrupt her because for the most part she will spam special too. And that's not too much of a problem because it will not stagger you too much and you can engage a combo afterwards. Just be mindful, after you're hit with the special 2, you're not gonna be able to do swipes, so be mindful of that. And of course, if you do have a Firebox, which I do, but I purposefully did not do this for the people who don't have a Firebox, you can easily do a Firebox infinite combo with Confluent Sakumen. That's definitely a possibility. Another special 3 in there, and there we go, EPI is down. Again, I'm going to further elaborate on this on my other accounts, but for now, we're going to get some garbage rewards, collect those. Okay, so now for this fight, I did see a video from Night Fury where he used Mr. Freeze with SubZero, and it doesn't matter pretty much which character you freeze the enemy with, as long as the enemy is frozen, you're going to still deal additional damage to them, so you can pretty much use any character that you wish to use to freeze the character, but I'm going to use Multiverse Supergirl here because I think that's slightly more optimal, and because it also gives him some defense, and to be fair, I was lacking credits, and Multiverse Supergirl's specialty was just higher level, but yeah. Something that I noticed in this fight is that Boss Red Hood is going to act a little bit weird with the combos, breaking some combos that he shouldn't, interrupted me sometimes in the middle of a chain, so he was definitely weird. And do I think this team is going to be viable or the next best thing to use? Not sure, maybe for some very specific scenarios, but for the most part quite unlikely, because as I have shown in previous fights, he's quite able to chain freeze the enemy into pretty much an infinite combo of unbreakable freeze and damage, but it's definitely something interesting, definitely something worth trying to use to see how that goes. And yeah, as far as damage goes for this dude, so far I don't seem to be getting much out of him. Again, it's too soon to speak, but I'm giving this dude level 5 Dark Metal cards. He's only 3 stars, so he'll get better. He'll get far better the higher star rating that he is. That's pretty much a given. But I feel like the damages are a little bit on the lower end of things, though yet again we have no passive stats. Maybe I'm just complaining for nothing. And again, he's 3 stars, so I don't know. Can somebody with actually they can't even, because even if somebody with 7-star Mr. Freeze and high enough level artifacts and proper gameplay is going to make a video, they can't, because there's not high enough health soul rate fights to fight, and in league rates he's gonna suck ass because of the low chance to freeze. But yeah, Multiverse Supergirl, I got blocked there. He literally blocked my special after I did a normal combo. As I said, this dude is weird. This Red Hood has been behaving very weird. But yeah, besides that, this is pretty much how it works. You freeze the enemy, you tag in Mr. Freeze to deal some damage. Do I think this is gonna be the way to go for this dude? I don't know yet. I'm leaning towards no, but definitely an interesting thought to entertain. Okay, so Boss Grodd. I want us to have a few moments of silence here. Both for me while talking and in the comments. For my dumbass who was actively stacking lethal with Brainiac on a lethal immune fight and wondering why am I not getting a damage increase. I want a little bit of a moment of silence for that. Thank you very much. It starts now. Okay, now back to it. Look, Boss Grodd is going to be a little bit of an annoying character to deal with. I think the most annoying so far in the soul rate, because he's going to have a few things going for him. Crit immunity and lethal immunity, so that's gonna suck ass. And he's also going to have a shield, a super shield. Again, I'm going to talk more in detail about this on my next video, where I'm going to use my secondary account, where it's all around a more free-to-play experience for everybody, okay? And we're using stuff that more people have access to than what we have on this account. But there's ways to deal with him, but it's gonna be quite annoying because lethal resistance means no Batman Ninja team, Grit resistance is gonna suck but gets mitigated by Dark Metal cards, and on top of all that you have to deal with the Super Shield, which is totally doable in quite a few ways. But a lot of people haven't mastered that, and if you haven't mastered dealing with super shields, then you're going to struggle here. I'm going to try and teach you how to deal with super shields in the next video. But for now, focusing on this one, still going at it with Brainiac, my dudes, still going at it. I will realize at some point, okay? I will realize at some point that we're kind of not doing anything with the lethal stacks on Brainiac. At some point, I have faith. Okay, frozen with that. Mr. Freeze back in there. Using my own special 2. And because of my Multiverse Supergirl special 2 being low level, I don't even think I'm getting the full benefit out of how many hits we can do with Freeze. Okay, we're going to hopefully freeze him here. Yeah, there we go. As I've seen, tagging in and out can pretty much keep him in this hazard forever, so most likely there will be a combo of Brainiac special 1, his special 2 cycling. That's most likely going to be a possibility. Will work best against targets that are combo interruptible, maybe? I don't know, but for now this will be more than enough to kill this. You'd were at max passive stacks. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like and comment and subscribe. And I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.